This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. Sorry, promo code Golf SGPN. Use promo code Golf SGPN. NASCAR is in season and we are running a free contest. Head to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NASCAR contest for your chance to win a $200 gift card, and make sure you sub to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport: MLB, WNBA, golf, football futures. They accept customers from everywhere. Easy deposit, lightning fast payout using crypto. MyBookie.com, promo code GolfSGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code GolfSGPN. We're back. Wednesday night action, last minute show, but we have bets to place. But before I get into any Rocket stuff, we need the Tommy Fleetwood conversation. I know we're a little bit past the timetable on Tommy, but it was something. So talk to me.
I
Talk to me.
fell asleep and checked my phone because I fell asleep shortly after he missed the putt on 14.
And what were your thoughts like in that?
I thought it was big, but I still thought he had a pretty good grasp on it. So when I woke up, I immediately grabbed my phone and checked, and it said Bradley, like Keegan Bradley finishes. I went straight to Twitter, obviously, because I was like, what happened? And something unimaginable happened, really.
Something unimaginable. Well, actually, it was so unimaginable that, like, even for Tommy, I was, because it's Tommy Fleetwood. I'm like, all right, he's gonna blow this. Like, I don't know what's gonna, like, when he was in the bunker on 17, I was like, he could hit it in the water. That would have been more, I guess, Tommy-esque. But
Yeah,
for him to put the 9-iron away, grab the P wedge, and hit a less than stellar shot, put it up outside Keegan's ball, like,
I know.
we all feel bad for him, but when if never, like, there's guys that have played professional golf from in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s that were great players, never really won.
Not like
I'm
him,
not
though.
sure if we've seen anything quite like this. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where, I mean, what is he, 33-ish, 34 years old?
Every week.
Like,
Oh, you're talking about odds, but yeah, like odds too. Like, what are we doing?
yeah,
Why are we doing this?
I know. It's just, I still have the future on him for the Open.
What number you got? Like 50?
I got a 40.
That's all right. That's fair.
Which is, I haven't looked, but I know when I placed it in December, it dropped shortly after, because when the Open was here in, I think, 19, he was second or third. Not that that's a shock or should push you over the edge, but maybe, I don't know. I'm running out of hope, really.
Right. No, it is tough. And talking about the Open, little quick teaser for the few people in here. I'm not going to get in trouble saying this. And you booked my Airbnb 5-minute walk from Royal Portrush. It is going to be a truly national week in, like, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
5-minute walk. Weather's going to be tough, but 5-minute walk from Royal Portrush. We are dialed in. So definitely make sure you follow for all that come the Open time. But let's talk some Rocket. We also have to talk about Colin Morikawa, Colin Keegan, PC, top of the board. I assume you're not going to go anywhere, but if you had to pick one of these guys to finish higher in a 3-ball or something, who are you picking? And then give me your thoughts on Colin Morikawa versus the media.
I think I'm going Patrick Cantlay here.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with you.
I don't think the number's horrible.
No.
I feel more confident that he can walk away with a win than Morikawa. But, like, yeah. That's just where I'm at. I think he's playing a little bit better. Had the T2 at Detroit Country Club in 2022. Missed the cut at the U.S. Open. Wasn't horrible, though, like top to bottom. And then, I mean, the Travelers was fine. He did some things well. I mean, if the putter shows up, I think he can go low enough to win this thing.
No, I agree. I don't think he's here to, like, find something per se. Maybe some of these top names playing this event are here to, like, find something, or in years past that's the case. But I think PC, he's having a fine year. He's not, like, really contended much, but he hasn't played bad. And runner-up in his only trip here. I think Cantlay has the ability to. He's longer than most. He's longer than average. He hits it a long
Yep.
way. He can get hot with the irons, and he can get hot with the putter. He's got multiple avenues to make it happen here. So if I have to pick one guy at the top, I'm agreeing with you. I think it is Patrick Cantlay. I don't expect Keegan to take his foot off the gas. He's going to keep going for those Ryder Cup points. Like when he won the Travelers a few years back, he didn't play great in Detroit. So I expect a better finish this year from Keegan. And then Colin, what are you doing, buddy? Also, I don't know if you saw, but I broke the Colin news on yesterday morning, and then
I missed it.
I tweeted that first before anyone, so I'm just gonna like toot my own horn because I'm not a big J journalist or anything. But I was the first to tweet the Colin news, so I got some word from Detroit, and then like Alan Shupunk and Underdog Golf are getting all the credit. But go look on my Twitter. I tweeted it. They tweeted it today. I did all that yesterday. So I mean, I'm just trying my best out here in the basement and
You
getting
need
some
credit.
tweets off.
You need more
Credit.
credit again.
But I tweeted that. So what's your thoughts on this? Colin's is all over the place every single week. Like something new. He's taking his glove off at the Travelers. He's changing his caddies every 3 weeks. Like, what are we doing here, Colin?
He's overthinking everything, really. That's all it boils down to. Like he showed early this year that he's one of the best 5 golfers in the world when he's at his best. So it's like, okay, things aren't working, but it's like, why would you sway so far away from what you were doing? And I mean,
Winning majors.
Exactly. I think he's just too deep into his head to the point where it's got to be a wait and see unless we get like a 30 or something on him, like down the road.
Which we do from time to time. Like he'll go on like month stretches where or week stretches where he's like 30 for a month or two, and then out of nowhere it's like 12 to 18 for no reason, and I don't really know why because nothing really changes. But I think we're on the same page here. It's Pat at the top if we want to go to the top, but I don't think a lot of people are going that direction, which could be, I guess, scary. But also, no, the top of the board doesn't win unless their name is Scotty or Rory. So let's get to this next range. A lot of people are starting with Ben Griffin or Cameron Young. Then we got Hideki, Harry Hall, Siwoo. That's the 22 to 30 range. Are you liking anyone up here? Starting up here, this is a popular spot to start.
God, it is a popular spot to start, and I hate how popular Ben Griffin and Cam Young are, but it's the right number. If I had to go with one of the two, I think I'd have to go Ben Griffin. He's just playing too well.
Literally, when you search all green in the dictionary, you used to get Xander, and now you get Ben Griffin. It's just like green. He does everything well. I'm a Ben Griffin fan or Ben Griffin loyalist, but I think I'm going with Cam Young here. Cam Young is also popular. He makes a ton of sense. He's got great finishes here, and I think this is a perfect golf course for Cam Young. Like, hit it a long way, get hot with the short irons, wedges for him, and he's finally showing some form. I know he had a rough finish, the Travelers, but I really think that was just 3 or 4 really bad holes that derailed his week. He got off to a nice start after that 4-putt double to start, and I think his caddy is going to be back this week. So at the top, if I have to go with one guy in this 20 to 30 range, it's going to be Cam Young for me.
Yeah, I can't fault you at all. I think I hate how popular some of these guys are getting, but like I said, we're looking at form here, and those are the guys who are playing the best. I mean, there's definitely some names when you go down. I haven't got trapped on any of them yet, but there's definitely some interesting names like in these 30s and 40s who in a normal day and age would be 20 or less. Like Matsuyama, I mean, Akshay has played well. It's just these guys that we bring up every single week, and really nothing's changing.
So, all right, start me off then. 30 to 40 range, 30 to 45. You have any love here? Give me 1 or 2 guys.
30 to 40. Keith, I want to say Keith Mitchell. You know, I'll go to him every now and then, but I don't know. I just think what he's able to do off the tee, he can make birdies. He rates out really well for me. It's just a horrible number.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I was going to bet Keith. I said I'm in at 60, and there was nothing there, so I had to pass on Keith, sadly. But Like I'll probably save him later for like the top 20 portion, but I think I'm out on Keith. A guy down here that I really like, not really like, but I think it could be a good week from two guys or one guy, Ryan Gerard.
Yep.
Playing great golf this year, long course specialist. The putter is an issue. He lost 8.5 strokes putting at the Travelers, which is not a good sign. But if you look at his year, he's went on spurts of like 6 straight weeks gaining, 6 straight weeks losing. So if that could turn, get on a good putting run, we know he could do a long courses. We know he's not afraid to get into the mix. So I think I'm down for Gerard. Like talent to number, I think it's fine for this field. And I got a 55 elsewhere. So I'm down for Gerard in this range.
Yeah, like you said, it's really just comes down to the putter. And I mean, we know he can go low, does everything else well. So if the putter shows up, I'm still waiting on his win. That's one that I know it's coming. I don't know
Gerard?
where. It might be an alternate field, but I think a Ryan Gerard win is somewhere.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind buying at 55 here. I think it's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, want to go to the 50s, 60s? Alex Smalley, Chris Goddard, Rasmus, Alex Noren, Thorbjorn Olsen, Jaeger, Grillo, Benon. Anyone here catch your eye? Anyone here you wanna jump on?
And normally I probably would consider Thorbjornsen, but there's just too many question marks over the last few months. Like I said a few weeks ago when we did the show, I think on a Monday, and he withdrew. What was that? Was that the week before the U.S. Open?
I believe so.
Canada. He withdrew in Canada. And I thought he set up really well for that. I think he sets up really well here, but again, not willing to do an outright when it's the first time we're seeing him in a little bit. Rasmus, this feels like a Hoyard.
Dude, I'm in on both Hoyards. I'm in on both.
I think that's the play. I think you just bet both of them, because if you bet one and the other one wins, I'd be sick.
You're going to be so upset. And I mean, what does this golf course ask you? Send it 10 trillion miles down as far as you can and figure it out from there. There's no like OB. There's no place to really miss it. And just get hot with the irons, get hot with the putter. They can both do one of the two. This is a week you rip both Hojes for 1,000%.
Yeah. And the way that the odds fall, I feel like I get Nikolai's 80, but I think 55 is the better value because Rasmus is better. But
is he better?
I think so. I mean,
okay. Has Rasmus made the Ryder Cup team? Has Rasmus won the DP World Tour Championship? No,
he hasn't done either of those.
No, Nikolai has. I don't think one is better.
Nikolai won, I think 2 or 3 times, like right when they got on the DP World Tour, and
one of them will miss the cut. Like I will say that I do not think they will both play well because they've talked about never playing well before together at the same time. So you can't pick and choose when you're betting the Hojes. You got to rip them both at one time, and I think this is a great week to run them both out because this golf course is definitely a Hoge golf course. Anyone else from 70 to 100 before we get into the triple digits? Because I got one more.
70 to 100. It's hard for me to ignore Griot.
Okay. I mean,
cashed one of my bigger bets at the U.S. Open, just top 40, and he cut in half and finished top 20. But I just think he's playing so well that this course might not fit Griot the best, but getting a 70 to 1 on a guy in his form, can't ask for a whole lot more.
I mean, I don't think it doesn't not fit him because, like, we've seen like Morikawa play well here. We've seen Ricky Fowler win here without like bombing the ball, and Grillo has now gained on approach in 5 or 6 straight starts. That's his DNA. So I'm with you on Grillo, and I'm also with you, Robert, on Luke Clanton. I think this is a great week to run out Luke Clanton, get ahead of the young studs. Don't try to chase the win after it comes. So I don't mind Grillo. I think that's a nice call. But my guy in this 70 to 80 range is going to be Kurt Kitayama. I was shocked about the number. Because Kurt Kitayama's ball striking is always going to be elite. It's always going to be great. The putter's hit or miss, but like I feel like there's weeks like what Kurt could have been 45 in this field, and no one would have batted an eye.
Yeah, he could.
We've been good like picking out those like off numbers. Like those are kind of honestly our best picks when we see like a little a guy who's like, oh, why is he here? Like,
Yeah,
so I'm
there's
down
a
for Kurt.
handful of them.
Yeah, I'm down for Kurt. I think
And
it could go well.
the one thing I did want to touch on, looking at Cam Davis last year, his lead-in form really couldn't have been worse. He
No, I
lost
mean,
strokes in, I think, 7 or 8 straight events. So that also gives me a little more freedom down the board to kind of throw some shots, I feel like. Where, I mean, if you're not overly confident in Morikawa or Cantlay or Keegan, which I don't know how you can be like overly confident in a
right.
field like this, I think this is a week to take some shots.
No, I totally agree. I think this is a good week to build a card. And like same thing we said last week. Like if you build a card, you could have easily landed on Keegan around 35 to 40 to 1, just by building a few names. So I'm down for that. I think that's a great point. 2 quick ads, and then we're gonna get into the triple digits and then round it back up with some official plays. So Circa. Dom and I have both had a great time at the Circa in our lifetime. Resort and Casino is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft and get treated like VIPs in Vegas. You get a limo ride from the airport, a 5K tab for stadium swim, and a place for your guests to stay. You can always get 15% off at the Circa with promo code SGP15. Last chance to enter the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football Giveaway. Sportsgambling.com/Circa, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CRCA. Okay, Underdog Fantasy, Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, and we're giving away $15 million in prizes. $2 million to first place, no waiver wire, no argument about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog has a great place to play pick'em, and I think there's a good play in round 1 tomorrow. That's Hideki Matsuyama, higher than 13.5 greens in regulation. Now, Hideki, we know, is a great iron player, and I think you're kind of buying him at a little bit of a low right now. So you can get that higher than 13.5. Promo code GOLFSGPN gets you a nice deposit match up to $1,000. So promo code GOLFSGPN, Underdog Fantasy. Triple digits. Let's do it. Lead us off, Dom. Who do you like over 100 to 1?
I'm going to go down to 150 with Antoine Rosner.
The Roz.
I think it's a little bit of a misprice. That's the only reason I'm going down there. Decent form. Looking at the CJ Cup, T13 was top 6 in ball striking. Hasn't missed a cut since the American Express. They haven't been the best finishes, but rates out pretty well for me considering 150 to 1, and I'm going to go with Roz.
Yeah, no, I do like that there. A guy that I like in this range, he's actually 200 to 1. That's Chris Ventura. We saw him pop at Torrey Pines. Not a direct comp course at all, but if you can play well at Torrey Pines, we know you're confident taking a ton of drivers. Ventura's very, very long off the tee. He's popped in Corn Ferry low-scoring events before. And I think that this golf course rivals that. So I like Chris Ventura to bomb it out there and get in the mix possibly at 200 to 1. I think it's a good bullet. Do you have anyone else in this range?
I'm debating Aldrich Potgetter.
Let's have that conversation real quick because we've been so high on him at worst numbers. He hasn't played in a while, I feel like. He's 90, 100 to 1 in spots. It's a perfect golf course for him.
T6 is last time out at Charles Schwab. I don't know why he hasn't played. Has he been playing on the DP?
No, he has not played.
That's odd. But, I mean, before the PGA Tour season started, I think it was back might have been in December, he mixed at, I have it right here, Nedbank at the end of the year. Was right in it, kind of blew it at the end. But what he's able to do off the tee is...
I mean, he could be the best driver on tour, and that's not even a joke.
And he's not accurate. He's not great around the greens, which really doesn't matter here. I don't care about around the green. If you have to rely on what you're able to do around the greens here, you're
screwed to begin with, yeah.
In contention anyway. So
yeah.
The putter can pop, but mainly what he's able to do off the tee, I think he can make enough birdies to at least mix.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair. I mean, he's played well at rival courses like this. Like, obviously, almost won Mexico. Ask you similar questions, so I'm down for Pot. Like, I think it could be a good play. I mean, are you gonna put him in your picks right now? Because we're gonna circle back around. Do you want to do a collab play on Aldrich Pot 90 to 1, 100 to 1?
We have to. Yeah.
All right, that'll be the start of our card. So We'll go two outrights because we're both going to be on Aldrig. Two outrights, two positionals, and a matchup. I'll lead us off with the outrights. I'm going to go, started at guy I mentioned before, Ryan Gerard, anywhere from 45 to 50 to 1. Long course merchant, likes to hit the driver a ton, has a ton of speed. The putter is a question mark, but I think he's going to hit a ton of greens, give himself a ton of opportunities for birdie. If he can get the putter going, we know he's not scared to get into the mix. So that's Ryan Gerard around 50 to 1.
I think I am going to start mine. I was going to start with bombs. Actually, yeah, let's do two bombs. I'm going to start with Sammy Valimaki.
Okay.
170.
Another good course for him.
That is actually the only bet I have placed to this time right now. But rates out really well for the most part. I mean, we know that he definitely has his flaws, but he can get hot with a putter. A guy who can make a lot of birdies and someone who's had a couple decent finishes this year. So I think 170 to 1 in a field like this at a tournament like this is definitely live.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'll go with Jake Knapp, 75 to 1. Jake Knapp, I think, can play well on maybe 4 golf courses on tour. Play well for 4 rounds, that is. And this is one of them because when he gets in the mix, gets under the contention, he tries to hit that off-speed driver to keep it in play. And that is not Jake Knapp's game. He just has to swing normally. And this is a golf course where if you just try to hit an off-speed driver, try to aim it, and you end up spraying it, you'll be okay. So Jake Knapp, 75 to 1. He's a winner. He's not scared to get into the mix. And I think it's a fair number on a golfer who can pop out of nowhere.
Yeah. My second one, I think I'm just going to go back up and do Keith Mitchell.
Keith, what number? 40?
Huh?
40 to 1?
40. It's disgusting, but he's been gaining off the tee pretty much every single week in the last couple months. Can he win? That's the big question, but I'm going to go 40 to 1 Keith Mitchell.
All right, I'll start us off. 2 positionals each. Steven Yeager, top 20, 2.5 to 1. Yeager makes all the sense in the world this week, and I worry that the number is too good. Like, he's got multiple top 10s here before. He's a bomber. He's super, super aggressive, and you need what you need to be here. His form is fine. It's nothing crazy, nothing bad. I mean, 70 to 1, 2.5 to 1 on a top 20 seems like too good to be true, but I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna take some chalk and bet Steven Yeager top 20 plus 250.
I'm gonna go Antoine Rosner top 40 at plus 180. He's finished top 40 in 4 straight events. He's a better player than the number makes out. He's a guy who's been extremely competitive on the DP.
He's a cut maker too. Yeah,
he is. He's shown that he's been able to make a lot of cuts, and that's really all you want when you're sweating a top 40.
I agree. I totally agree. My second positional is going to be Rico Hoey, top 20 plus 300. Actually, the PGA Tour posted a little driver off the deck montage, and Rico Hoey was in 2 of them today. And Detroit is a golf course where like you have opportunities to hit driver off the deck. And Andrew Novak told me on a show a few months ago that the best shots he's ever seen was Rico Hoey hitting drivers off the deck. So I'm going to take all that into a extremely solid ball striker and but go for the top 20 on him.
Ready for a crazy one?
Let's do it.
I do not recommend this, but I will be betting it. Aaron Wise. Top 40, 8 to 1.
I
just going off vibes. There's no stats to back it up. A guy who's won on the PGA Tour before he had a little mental health stint was one of the top 30-ish players on the PGA Tour. So using his medical extension, I think he's got over 20 starts left. So he's going to use it at some of these events where he believes he can make a cut. So 8 to 1 on a top 40. It's going with my gut.
Got a G-Dub comment. I mean, he's played well in Houston, which is a golf course that I guess asks similar questions to Detroit. But he's missed 4 cuts here, and I don't know how serious of a golfer he is at this point of his career. Truthfully, to make a cut, sure, But outside of that, I wouldn't really be wagering anything on Gary Woodland. He's going to drive it well. I don't trust the putter. I don't like. He's never once gained strokes putting here. He's had never once, and these are Donnie Ross greens, not easy greens to just figure out. So I'm going to be out on Gary Woodland. I'll give you my matchup of the week. I'm going to go with Minwoo Lee plus 100 versus Akshay Bhatia. I think it's a fair price. I think it's going to be a coin flip of a matchup, so I'll take the plus money. And this is surely a Minwoo golf course. Send it down there. Give himself some wedges. Played well here last year. And I don't love Akshay's form right now. I think he's kind of doing too many hype videos on Instagram, not really focused. Just like, I mean, you got a girlfriend, you got a great life, not focused on golf. So I'm going to fade Akshay, bet Minwoo.
I think I'm going to take Patrick Cantlay at even money versus Colin Morikawa.
I like that a lot.
I think there's too much going on with Morikawa, and I think they're a lot closer than that. It should be like minus 110 both ways or minus 115 both ways. I don't think either of them should be even money, so I think that's a pretty good advantage.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. Dom, great show. Thank you for joining me. We will be back next week with the 5th major, the John Deere Classic, and then we're off to Scotland. So peace out. Catch you guys soon enough, and thank you for listening.
See ya.